Have you ever really looked at your fee assessment on Bear Tracks to find out how or why you're getting charged for things and what you might be paying for at the U of A? Look, I don't blame you for not. School is super expensive, and it's not like that we have much choice when it comes down to deciding what we pay for or really how much we're being charged. So what point is there in looking at it at that point? Well, for starters, I should say that we are kind of getting screwed over by the university. That is, the University of Alberta is circumventing the tuition regulation, aka the government regulation that is meant to protect us from unnecessary and unaffordable increases to our tuition. Now, I'm guessing if you're anything like me, a lot of your faces just went. But let's get down to the specifics of what I'm actually talking about. In 2003, when the Post-Secondary Learning Act was being brought forward by the minister, wording around the setting of fees was actually amended. The amendment, according to the minister at the time, which there's been like 6 of them since, was to address concerns that institutions would, and this next part is actually kind of ridiculous, it's an actual quote, simply just raise the fees in order to, quote, get around the tuition cap. That is a pretty big deal, as it should mean that the additional fees that we as undergraduates pay for should actually go towards services that help us, not the institution. So, fast forward a decade or so later. Let's see how well that idea has done at the University of Alberta. The cause fee. The most contentious mandatory non-instructional fee. It means the common student space, sustainability, and services fee, which is an incredibly big mouthful. If our fee assessment was being marked on a pass-fail basis, this fee just failed badly. And here are really three quick reasons as to why the Students' Union has an issue with the cause fee. 1. No one can tell you where your money is actually going. After 2 reports on the cause fee, the only thing that is remotely clear is where your money might be going. So, again, the truth is that all the money just goes into central revenue and then is just dispersed from there. We don't know what our fees are going towards as undergraduates. So 1, don't know what it pays for. 2, what we do know that it pays for is absolutely ridiculous. Redundant with what every other fee on this campus charges us, and just really makes my head rattle. For example, Faculty of Graduate and Research. The cause fee funds that. Does that provide us with any services? No, it does not. How about removal of hazardous waste? The university charges you an extra fee for the removal of hazardous waste. But what would happen if we just didn't pay the fee? Would the waste not get removed? Would there be toxic waste all throughout campus? Would our garbage cans never get emptied? I don't know. How about emergency management? So those little texts and emails that the university sends you, like all the test ones, or like, there's no one, there's an emergency in any case. You get charged for every one of those messages sent to you. So, 1, don't know what it pays for. 2, what we do know what it pays for is ridiculous. Lastly, the name doesn't make sense. This fee is called the Common Student Space, Sustainability, and Services Fee. It does not pay for student space, it does not pay for services, it does not pay for sustainability. Okay, actually, with credit to the university, at one point the description used to say that it paid for circulation space, but then students realized that circulation space actually means, hallways, and that's kind of a PR nightmare, charging your students an extra fee for hallways, so they changed the name, which they do every time we complain about what this fee pays for, because again, it doesn't actually matter what it pays for so long as they're getting the money. It doesn't matter if it's appropriate or not. So, in light of all this, I have come up with some new names for the cause fee. For example, one could be the catch-all fee, perhaps even the willy-nilly fee, the basket assorted goods fee, or my personal favorite, tuition, because that's really what it is. So, now that we're all mad, or entertained, or excited, or whatever, the question is, what's next? We can't just march over to the administration and take our money back, mainly because we fund University of Alberta Protective Services, that's right, through the cause fee, and they're not going to let us anywhere near the administration. So let's be creative. Let's get the message out there about something that students are rightly upset about and should be angry about. Because at the end of the day, you are not being charged fairly by the institution. What they're doing goes against the provincial legislation. So, what can we do? First of all, I'd recommend that you click the link below, which has so many other details on the cause fee and other data that you can look at to prove what I'm saying. But ultimately, we want you as students to get angry about this. We want you to get involved. We want you to write letters. We want you to send emails. We want you to talk to administrators about how you think this fee is unfair, because we need pressure not just from the Students' Union, but from the undergraduate population too. So as I said, please click the link below for more information, and we could really use your support on this one because we've been fighting it for almost 5 years now, and we really, really need your help. My name's Adam Woods. I'm the Vice President External of the Students' Union, and I hope that you will join us in our fight against the cost fee. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.